So even though I'm jobless, I still have some business here today. I'm going to Singapore Center because I am a speaker for the iOS conference 2024. So I promised to do a 10-minute talk without paid. Earlier I was telling my mom I'm going to be a speaker, but I'm not paid. She was saying, "You're too free, ah."
So Juna is going to talk to us today about remote localizable strings. What I think is the coolest thing about Juna is that he is actually from here, from Singapore. So let's give him a big round of applause. It's always so great to see people of our local community up here on the stage. So I really hope next year we'll see even more of you here. Juna has been developing on iOS since 2008, so basically since iOS was born. And now Juna is living every developer's indie dream as the creator of Dualgram, a fantastic dual camera app. Check it out in the App Store. He did not pay me for this promotion. And in his spare time, Juna loves traveling with his family, investing in stocks, and then blogging about both of those. So check out all of Juna's blogs, both for tech insights and to follow his adventures. And please give a round of applause for Juna.
Hi, so I'm Junda. My blog is at samwise.com. There's also my Twitter handle. So for these slides, if you go to my website, you can valuable to view. So no problem if the audience is blocking. So I've been writing this technical blog diligently for like the past 12 years. From days even before iOS, I was writing. So I just share every stuff that I learned on the blog. And for today, my talk is a pretty simple one. It's a feature that I developed last year while I was working for a crypto exchange company. So as you can see from the title, it's a remote localizable string. I believe you have an idea what it does. It's a remote version. You can update those strings dynamically. So as I'm saying, I'm working for this crypto exchange company. But unfortunately, I was retrenched last month. So actually, my last day is actually tomorrow. Yeah. So crypto is risky. Yeah. So because my company, we got actually hacked for more than $200 million. Yeah. Still worried by hackers. So it's not OKX anyway. so what's next for me? I've been practicing this thing called like intermittent working. So I work 2 years, then I spend like 6 months or even 2 years working on my indie apps. That's how I've been doing. So I've really done, right now I'm at the space again, back to indie. So I would encourage if you are like in between jobs to also do the same, because I think it's rather a good thing. It's like kind of a good balance for your health also, because I'm sure when you're working full-time for a company, you will have that anger, frustration when you can't use the latest technology. Some are maybe even stuck in Objective-C. You can't use Swift data, you can't use Swift UI, etc. So take that time to use these new frameworks in your spare time in your indie apps. So that's how I've come about. But of course, when I was young, I can do it over the weekends. But once you have kids, no weekends for you. So next is back to the topic on why did we build that remote localizable string. It's really one day my PM was asking me, hey, that typo, have you fixed it? Of course, you can fix it very fast. But the release will take 2 weeks. Because they have a bi-weekly cycle, right? Because as big companies, we have our testing process and it's resource intensive, as you all know. So you can't do that. You have to wait, no choice, unfortunately. So that's why I suggested, hey, you can actually do better. How to do better? Yeah, I'll do a remote version of localizable strings. Download it and then use the latest translation. But caveat, I think this is a feature that if you are working for a company, you can do. If I'm an indie developer, I'll never do this kind of feature. It's a waste of, okay. You know. So now, so that slide is the last slide. You'll see pictures, image. The rest of it are quotes, but it's not too much. So I'll break it into 4 steps. And the first step is really to fetch all the localizable strings remotely. So I thank the previous speaker for explaining they tried it a scene a week, because with just one line, you can use URL session and you download it. And then the next line is just writing to the file. So nothing surprising here. I always appreciate how easy it is to do something like this now. If you're in Objective-C, you'll be writing 10 lines and more. The second step is to read the strings format. So I'm sure you know the localizable strings format look like this, key value. So let's take 5 seconds to think, how are you going to read the strings format? Okay. So when I was approaching this, I thought that, hey, I'm going to write some parcel, or I'm going to find some third-party libraries. But turns out it's not that hard. In fact, NS Dictionary has this initializer that takes in the file URL and you can cast it to string, and you get that dictionary of the key values. So this comes from the old NS Dictionary. So the third step is, where do you use this all these remote strings? And for me, I always have this repo that wraps around the NS localized strings. I'm sure a lot of developers, I think you probably also have some global function or macro to do that, because NS localized strings is like 15 characters too many. It's way too long. Plus, in this function that I wrote, I call it LS. You'll see that it can even do things like fallback to your English language or your base language. So you can do a lot more things once you write something like this repo. And this is where you can use the remote strings. So now I add in, I use that dictionary, I got the remote string, and I just return it back. Yeah, it's just as simple as that. This is the last step. But there's one more thing I never mentioned, is that localizable strings has also has arguments. So for the arguments case, you have another signature where you take in arguments, and then you use the string format and pass in with the arguments. But once we do something like remove localizable string, you have to handle all the scenarios possible. Because translators, they can just change it, and dynamically it will be in the app. And let's say if the translator now carelessly translated this string, which let's say expect an integer 1 to 3, but then it change it to %add, which becomes a string type. A wrong type will cause the app to crash. So as developer, we have to take care of all scenarios, even though this is very, very rare. So it's a good time for us to practice test-driven development. So you can do something like this to write the expected case. And in fact, our test case has covered more than this. This is the most critical because it will cause a crash. But in other cases, it can be missing argument or too many arguments. Yeah, those are more trivial. But nonetheless, write something like that. And what we do here is we provide a string extension called a save format. And in this save format, write regex to capture the %add or %d type, and then with the regular expression matches, you just look over it and check the type, and then you can can fix the strings. That's basically what this extension does. But I leave out the rest of the code for you all to do yourself. So with that, actually I've completed what I want to achieve in doing the remote localizable string. But actually we did more than that. We actually hate strings a lot as developers. So one of the problems is that I'm not sure there's no where's the source of truth for the strings? Because you can be working on multiple branches. You know, your colleague might be working on another feature and add in other strings. Then you might have big conflicts. And your translation platform is another place where you store strings. So what we did also, as a bonus, is that we moved the whole strings to a separate repo. And then we use Git submon view to pull it back, and we hook it to the translation platform so that you can push whatever changes to the platform and also pull it to that repo. And with that, right, you are basically washing your hands off all the strings, which is a good thing for us developers. So if you are working for a company, you can suggest this to your PM and impress them and wash your hands off these strings. Thank you.